Is Washington trying to hide the true extent of Iran war losses from the world, after Planet Labs said it would indefinitely withhold imagery? Trump's administration has issued a sweeping directive to satellite firms, just as Pentagon figures show 365 U.S. service members wounded in Operation Epic Fury. The order to withhold Iran war images is landing at the same time Trump is asking Congress for a record $1.5 trillion in military spending. Planet Labs said it will indefinitely withhold satellite imagery of Iran and the wider conflict area. The move followed a U.S. request to satellite firms for an indefinite withhold of imagery, according to reports. The California-based company announced the decision in an email to customers, according to reporting cited by the Times of Israel. The new restriction expands an earlier 14-day delay already imposed on Middle East imagery. Planet Labs said the move was meant to prevent adversaries from using the images to attack the United States and its allies. Reports citing Planet Labs said the restriction applies retroactively from March 9, 2026. Planet Labs also said it would shift to a managed distribution of images rather than a normal release system. Under that approach, requests could still be considered for urgent, mission-critical, or public interest cases. Planet Labs said, and I quote, "These are extraordinary circumstances, and we are doing all we can to balance the needs of all our stakeholders." Unquote. This blackout reduces public and commercial visibility into battlefield damage inflicted by Iran across the conflict zone. Militaries use satellite technology for target identification, weapons guidance, missile tracking, and communication support. Analysts say Iran could still be accessing commercial imagery, including imagery obtained through U.S. adversaries or other indirect channels. That matters because Iran has repeatedly claimed successful strikes on U.S. assets and military targets in the region. The number of U.S. service members wounded in the ongoing Iran war has risen to 365, according to newly released Pentagon figures. The Pentagon disclosed those casualty figures as part of its reporting on Operation Epic Fury. The breakdown given was 247 Army personnel, 63 Navy personnel, 90 Marines, and 36 Air Force personnel wounded in action. The official U.S. death toll remained at 13 service members, according to the same Pentagon data. That official tally differs from the much higher losses Iran has projected since the war began. The U.S. military has also suffered a series of operational setbacks during its broader Middle East campaign. In the latest major incident, Iran shot down a U.S. F-15E over its airspace, and the aircraft's 2 crew members ejected. 1 American crew member was rescued, while the fate of the second remained unknown as search efforts continued. Reports said helicopters and another military aircraft involved in the rescue mission were also hit by Iranian fire. The White House is reportedly seeking a record defense budget of nearly $1.5 trillion for fiscal year 2027, marking a dramatic increase in military spending as the U.S. remains locked in war with Iran. According to the reported budget request, the Trump administration wants a steep jump in Pentagon funding for FY 2027, with a proposed increase described as one of the largest in modern U.S. history. This would amount to roughly a $445 billion, or 42%, increase over the 2026 defense budget, according to figures cited in reports on the proposal. In contrast, the White House is reportedly planning a $73 billion cut to non-defense spending in the 2027 budget, highlighting a sharp shift in federal priorities. The proposal would boost funding for munitions, Navy expansion, and Donald Trump's Golden Dome missile defense project, while also prioritizing broader military readiness. The White House is also reportedly seeking military pay raises of around 5% to 7% under the FY 2027 plan. The budget would add more than $19 billion for federal law enforcement in the coming financial year, even as other domestic areas face cuts. At the same time, funding for IC would reportedly remain at 2026 levels, including support for 41,500 detention beds. The administration is also said to be considering reconciliation as a way to push defense and homeland security funding through Congress more easily. The notable budget cuts would target clean energy grants, the IRS, agriculture, and education, reflecting the White House's broader plan to shrink large parts of domestic spending. There would also be spending cuts across a range of environmental programs at multiple federal agencies, extending the proposed rollback well beyond a single department or initiative. On April 3rd, Trump said the United States could not focus on daycare because it was fighting wars, a remark that drew attention as debate over federal spending intensified.
I actually said to them, I said to Russell, don't send any money for daycare, because the United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it, too. They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up. But it's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things, they can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection. We have to guard the country. But all these little things, all these little scams that have taken place, you have to let states take care of them, Russell.
Meanwhile, Iran warned that the entire region could become hell if the United States and Israel continue escalating the conflict. In the second phase of the 94th wave, a Chinook helicopter preparation center and equipment storage hangars at Al Udeid base were targeted using a combination of ballistic missiles and drones. The Islamic resistance in Iraq also carried out 19 missile drone operations against U.S. Zionist targets in recent hours. The large-scale operation of IRGC naval and aerospace forces in the 95th wave was carried out this morning using Hajj Qassam, Khaybar Shikan, and Qadr missiles. Targets in Bnei Brak, Petah Tikva, Tel Aviv, Ramat Gan, and Kiryat Shmona were heavily targeted with multi-warhead Qadr missiles. Targets included U.S. HIMARS systems on Bubiyan Island in Kuwait, a U.S. Patriot system in northern Bahrain, gathering points of U.S. missile operators, gathering points of senior commanders and trainers of the U.S. terrorist army in the UAE, and the U.S. artificial intelligence technology company Oracle in the UAE. A commercial vessel belonging to the Zionist regime and flying a third country flag was also targeted at Khalifa bin Salman port in Bahrain. Do not forget, if escalation continues, the entire region will turn into hell for you.